Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing good, everyone's chilling, going about their day nice and lovely. Today, we're gonna be doing unfortunately, not Tainted Lost. I know he was broken for a bit, and it allowed me to kind of cheese through a little bit. However, I did not take advantage and decide to record more episodes during that time, so turns out he was patched. From yesterday to today. I know this because I logged on and was immediately asked to like the Repentance Plus terms of service, and usually when that happens, that means an update has been rolled out. I then proceeded to do one small test with Tainted Lost where I purposely broke my mantle after popping it instantly, and it's true, it did not come back, so we lost it, unfortunately. I should have made the most of it and potentially saved myself the trouble going forward, or you can say, at least you're keeping the integrity of the regular Tainted Lost. Either way, I hate the character. He fucking sucks. Anyways, besides that, I've decided today let's do some Judas, just because he's not the easiest character on planet Earth due to his one heart, but his insanely good damage kind of more than makes up for it. But neither here nor there. That's not the whole thing I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about Borderlands. So, I am recording this Friday night. The game has now been out for more than 24 hours, at least on PC. It initially came out on PC 9 a.m. on... Oh god, I'm yawning. My apologies. It's very late because it's Friday night, so my bad. But it initially came out 9 a.m. on Steam, or just PC in general, 9 a.m. on PC, and then it came out, I believe, 9 p.m. for console. So on PC, I've been playing not since 9 a.m. because it's Thursday, people work. But after work, I immediately hopped on to play Borderlands, and then after I was done playing Borderlands, I was like, man, this is so much fun. I want to do it. It's so much fun. I want to do this more. So today, after I got off work, I just decided, F it, let's play Borderlands. And I played, I want to say roughly... Shit. It's a good question how long, actually. I think I was on from immediately after I got off work, 4:30. I'm yawning again, I'm so sorry. It's currently 11:14, so I played for almost 7 straight hours of Borderlands 4. And what do I have to say about the game? I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's really good. As someone who just kind of really didn't like Borderlands 3's writing, as well as just low-key in general, some of the mechanics of Borderlands 3, I have found myself very much surprised, entertained, and overall having a great time in Borderlands 4. Now, I am prone to watching content creators, so I did decide to watch a Jolts Dude video that was put out, and it was in regards to the fact that, at least as of right now, small issue with Borderlands 4 is it doesn't seem to have much of an endgame, which I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm 100% okay with that, it's kind of unfortunate, but I feel like there's a little bit of bias coming from the fact that, one, he's a content creator, he has literally played the game for 60 hours before it even came out, you know what I mean? And two, I'm gonna be honest with you, I do agree. There probably definitely isn't enough, what's the word I'm thinking of? Probably definitely isn't enough. From what I know, I don't think there's any raid bosses or anything, at least as of right now. I'm not trying to spoil anything, besides just what might have been slightly revealed through content creators and what's readily available in trailers and whatnot. But from what I know, yeah, there is, at least if I'm correct, there's no raid boss, which sucks because having a raid boss would be nice. You know what I mean? There's no like end game to kind of want to shoot towards, which is, in my opinion, the issue. And all I gotta say is that, yeah, it sucks. However, as is the nature, Borderlands specifically has been a game that's always been like this. They will add more as time goes on. So right now, I guess it's everyone's time to play the base game, and then in about a month or so, I think that's when we're gonna start to get all the updates rolling around. You know, pearlescence being added, some end game raid bosses, perhaps. You know, whatnot, the likes. But as of right now, we're kind of just playing the game just to kind of play the game how it is. You feel me? You picking up what I'm putting down, fellas? Or do I sound insane? Perhaps, I'm not too sure. Anyways, that aside, the game's really freaking cool. I haven't reached endgame yet. I'm still leveling up, and I'm having a blast. It is very fun. I decided to choose Amon, and he is a great character. I didn't think I was gonna like him, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of thought he would be like that kind of brick type character in Borderlands 1, and I wasn't really too big of a fan. But having played for, what is that? You know, 7 hours, you know, like what, like 13-ish hours now, having like clocked in 13-ish hours as Amon. He's a cool guy. I like his character, and I like his playstyle. It's really freaking good. And I mean, what more can you really say? Let's go Mega Satan this time. I know we got some solid damage, but I don't want to deal with Mother. Mega Satan's way easier. But what's the word I'm thinking of, man? Just overall, he's a great character. I have found myself greatly enjoying Amon. And funnily enough, it seems like literally everybody is choosing Vex. 2 of my friends chose Vex. One of my friends had the instant idea of choosing Vex, but he went against it just because, you know, he was like, oh, I'll choose someone different because everyone else is playing Vex. And then a third friend of mine has gotten the game, and he decided to choose Vex as well. I feel like everyone is choosing her. Why? Because she's freaking cool, you know? I'm gonna be real with you, I don't blame you. She's a wicked character. Looks really cool. However, I think it's so funny that it's just everybody is choosing her, bro. You feel me? What does that say? Question mark. But all the whatnot aside, man, I'm having a good time. I'm a little bit tired, so forgive me if today's commentary isn't all too amazing or out there. I'm just kind of chilling. I'm just trying to do my best. I should low-key be going to bed soon, just so I can wake up nice and early tomorrow morning so I can work out. I've been trying to stay on that, I'm gonna be real. And I feel good. Sometimes, honestly, it's like I have a weird relationship with the gym. You know, if I'm gonna be real with y'all, I am a fan. I greatly enjoy going to the gym a lot of the times. I feel really good when I go because a part of me is like, 1, I'm making a good decision to be healthy. 2, just the act of the improvement a lot of the time picks me up. It makes me as a human feel really good. I feel great. I go to the gym, or not go to the gym. I'm so used to saying that, considering the fact that I used to only ever go to the gym. Now I have a home gym, so I don't have to worry about that. Home gym, quote unquote. I got a freaking, I got a bench and some weights. That's all anyone really ever needs, though. But working out makes me feel good, you know. A part of me is like, oh, you're doing a good thing, Tony. You're staying healthy. How great, you know? But also, there's this part of me, maybe it's a bad thing some might say maybe it's a good thing, and you know, where's your motivation, Virgil? Where's your motivation? It's that whenever I miss working out, like yesterday, I worked out today. That freaking Friday. I worked out Friday. Today. And it was, what's the word I'm thinking of? It was my push day. But the thing is, I felt kind of bad. I felt a little, what's the word I'm thinking of? Because of the fact that although I did work out Tuesday, although I did work out my arms, it was, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's a day too late because of the fact that the main schedule was I worked out Monday, I worked out Tuesday, and then my off day was Wednesday, and I was supposed to go back Thursday. But Wednesday morning, I kind of felt like really sore in my arms. Like specifically my bicep, my left bicep, I felt mad sore. I'm talking, it was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna fall off. So I was like, all right. Luckily today's my rest day, but then I woke up Thursday morning as well, and I kind of felt like it wasn't as bad as it was on Wednesday, but I was like, I just don't feel comfortable working out like this, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I don't want to potentially work out, push my body, and then I end up on like fucking, I don't even know. You know what I mean? I can't even make a fucking funny reference. I'll say end up on World Star. Who the fuck uses World Star nowadays, bro? You know, I don't want to end up in the fucking ER due to like pulling a muscle. You ever seen those videos of guys who have worked out and then they like pull their bicep, or not their bicep tears? I'm gonna be real with you. Do not look it up. It's easily one of the most horrifying videos a human could watch, bro. I don't care what anyone says. It is easily one of the most horrifying videos that a human can watch, is watching a video of someone tearing their bicep. It is bad. I'm talking, it's evil. Because you see someone doing a preacher curl, and then it's like, oh, bicep tore, and you're like, oh my god, I'm going to cry. Because you feel that. You know what I mean? Not to be like, oh, you feel it because it happened. No. It's like, I can imagine that happening to me, because it seems like such an easy thing to do. You know what I mean? The freaking a preacher curl, everyone's done. I don't know if everyone's done it before, but you know what I mean? It's a preacher curl. It's one of the most common bicep exercises ever, besides just a regular bicep curl, just lifting up, you know? Is the solid preacher curl. So seeing someone do that, and then all of a sudden it's not even like a crazy tear, something happens, there's like a lead up. It's just kind of, he's pushing the weight, and then it instantly you see the tear happen, and it's just like, oh my god. You feel me? It's just like, oh my god, this is gonna scar me for the rest of my life type shit, bro. You feel me? It's scary. Seeing someone tear their bicep in like a YouTube video like that, I'm not gonna lie to you, all right? It makes you fear the preacher curl more than any other workout machine ever. Besides, maybe, I hope you guys have never seen this either. Besides, maybe seeing someone use the leg press. You know what I mean? You guys seen those videos? You probably seen those videos. They're easily, I think, the most common out of all of them. But watching a human use the leg press physically makes me cringe. And I would be lying if I didn't say there was low-key always that thought in the back of my mind of when using a leg press, all of a sudden, oops, I pushed myself too hard. I kind of got cocky with the weights. Boom, now your knees are backwards, little bro. All right, that's 1 heart, 2 hearts, 3 hearts, 4 hearts, which I think I have 4 hearts. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. I was correct on that. I was correct. So I have 4 hearts to give. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just healed 1, so half. Now 4 more. 1, 2, 2.5. Whee! 3.5. Let's continue. Let's continue. We got a lot of money. No need to even be risking it anymore. Oh, come on, dude. The Sigil of Baphomet, you low-key pulled through for a second. Half second, I guess. But, just... Dude, watching those freak gym accident videos, man, it scares the hell out of me, alright? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Watching them freak accident gym videos scares the hell out of me, which is why I'm always super duper cautious anytime I do not feel anything right with my body and working out, all right? Which, I'm gonna be honest with you, is the reason why Thursday I was like, no, I'm not gonna work out today. I just don't feel comfortable hitting the weights because I don't want to end up in the hospital due to some, you know, I thought I could do it and then I did not have that shit. But the thing is, I don't know if it's just like some self-esteem issues your boy got or something, but I do something like that and then there's like a lingering thought in the back of my mind where it's like, you're not working out today. Oh dude, you're such a loser, bro. You're not working out. You are the unhealthiest human being on planet Earth. No one loves you. And it's like, okay, damn. But like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I be feeling hella bad about myself if I don't work out that day. Like today, I worked out. I'm feeling good, all right? Just as a whole, I'm gonna be real with you. As a whole human, I'm feeling good, okay? But I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, all right? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna, you know, dance around it. If I woke up this morning and I decided, I don't really want to work out. I'm kind of tired, which I almost did, but luckily I wised up. But I was like, I don't really want to work out right now. I'm mad tired. And then I proceeded to kind of go about my day. I guarantee you in the back of my mind at the end of the day while I lay down in bed just ready to sleep, I would be thinking, I'd be like, man, I really should have worked out today, bro. Why the hell didn't I? Am I stupid or something? You said you were gonna, you know, start working out more often and then immediately you go and not do it. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? I would have been fucking getting on my own case about it. I would have felt like shit. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe it's an unhealthy relationship to have. I mean, just to be completely honest with y'all, maybe it is an unhealthy relationship to have with the gym. However, granted, it also kind of was what kind of slightly keeps me motivated to want to keep working out. One, I want to look good. Two, I want to not feel totally horrible. But I also on my granted, it only happens on the days where I know I could work out, but I don't. I feel the need to stress that specific case only for the reason of I am well aware that rest days are necessary. Rest days are literally what keeps the gains going. If I were to work out no rest day, I would not give my time. I would not have I would not be giving my muscles the time to grow. You know what I mean? Like, I would be pushing them to their absolute limit, but like the human body as a whole, they need energy, they need time to rest so they can be ready for the next time. You feel me? So I'm well aware during my rest days, I am very understanding, I guess, of myself. That's like seems to be some of the only times Tony's ever understanding of himself is during his rest days, where I'm like, okay, it makes sense for me to not be working out right now. You know, I worked out hard this week. I'm chilling, a little tired, but it is what it is. That's kind of the way shit goes. But that Thursday morning, man, that entire Thursday, a part of me was like, man, I low-key should have worked out. I could have worked out, bruh. Granted, I'm gonna be honest, I think it would have been a bad idea too. Just personally, from me to y'all, I think it probably would have been a bad idea if I did work out. I don't know if I would have injured myself, but I definitely would not be feeling good about it, and my arm would probably be hurting like a motherfucker. All right, I think I did need the rest because, like I said, I woke up Thursday and my arm was hurting still, but I woke up Friday, and my arm was fine. My arm felt good. I was like, all right, looks like I'm safe to work out. I don't know what it is, man. You feel me? Maybe it's this weird ingrained sense of, like, I don't even know. I won't say body dysmorphia, but it's not my body that I'm ashamed of, really. It's more so my habit. You feel me? It's not the body that I'm like, oh man, I'm such a loser. It's the fact that I know I could. It's like a disappointment in myself kind of deal. You feel me? Where it's like in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I know I could be working out, you know? Yet I'm not. What's wrong with me? Living up to my own expectations or whatever. You feel me? Kind of weird deal. I don't know, man. That stuff's real interesting to me, low key. If I'm gonna be real with y'all. All that kind of stuff, that stuff's real interesting to me. I like thinking about my own thoughts. It's really weird to say, and it kind of feels like fake deep, sort of dumb, whatever, you know what I mean? It's like Tony likes thinking about his own thoughts. Like, what kind of stupid shit are you yapping about, man? And it's like, it's true. I don't know, maybe it's a good habit, maybe it's a bad habit. I'm not gonna sit here and preach and be like, oh, you guys should start, you know, nah, I don't know, man. But me personally, a lot of the times I like to look upon my own thoughts and things I say and think with like a critical eye, you feel me? I like to go over my own thoughts in my head and just kind of be like, Tony, are you making sense? Or are you being kind of stupid today? You know? Is it a little dumb? Probably. Perhaps, you know. Some things are. That's kind of just the way it is. I'm not gonna lie, alright? I'm gonna defend myself on this point here. But I think, alright, in my mind, in the back of my mind, I think it kind of keeps me a little sharp, at least sharper than normal. It keeps me self-aware. I think that's what it definitely does. If I'm gonna be completely real with y'all, I think me doing that all the time, it keeps me really self-aware about myself. As, you know, I feels kind of obvious saying it to myself. Maybe y'all don't see it, but I feel like all the time I'm always pulling out the straw man of what could be seen as, like, you know, either a point against what I'm saying or a point against, you know what I mean? I'm always thinking that sort of, what's the word I'm thinking of, man? I'm always trying to see the other side, just to be like, what's the other point on this, you know? Now, I'm gonna be real, alright? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I do always try to see the other side on a bunch of things, but some things, I'm gonna be real with y'all, I can't really like just set my own internal bias or my own opinions aside. And I can't really look at it with any other sort of lens. You feel me? Certain topics out there, people are like, oh, well, you know, try sympathizing with the opposition. But in my mind, I'm gonna be real with you. A part of me is like, the opposition is too, like, it's too against what I'm thinking for me to even try and see it. You feel me? Could be thinking, Tony, you know, oh, such a, you know, wise point of view or whatever. Or Tony, you're a fucking moron, you know? Either way you see me, bro. Either way you see me, it don't matter. I'm just yapping about whatnot and whatnot. You feel me? But I don't know. I like to do that shit all the time. And I guess one, it keeps me. What's the word I'm thinking of? In my mind, I think it keeps me a little sharp and at least self-aware about the things I do / the things I say. All like kind of almost all the time, always. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It just feels kind of easy to do so, but it low-key baffles me sometimes how it seems like that's not something that's like easily done or whatever. You know what I mean? You feel me? Maybe not. Maybe you guys don't feel me on this one, but I guess sort of my example might be just the you know, the thought process of like doing something and being so oblivious to your own actions and how they could be perceived by other people that you don't apologize or like kind of have that thought in your mind. You feel me? Like, say someone says something insensitive or whatever, you know, like I couldn't think of something insensitive to say, but for example, you're making light banter with a friend of yours or whatever, and then you say something that's like, you take a light jab at them or whatever. You know, you take a light jab at your friend. Sometimes I'll do that with my friends, and I'll think back in on my brain and be like, have I been taking too many of these light jabs recently? You feel me? You know what I mean? Because at a certain point, you take too many little light jabs at my friend. Just a little light jab. Just a little light jab. At a certain point, you take too many of those, your friends just like gonna start thinking you're an asshole. You know what I mean? So, like shit like that, I'll be thinking in my mind, you know? I'll make a little joke at the expense of a friend of mine. He'll make a joke at the expense of me sometimes. You know, it's like a give and take situation. But every once in a while afterwards, a part of me will kind of be like, hey, you know, is this a give and take situation, or is it just kind of like I'm being a dickhead right now? And I feel like at least just having the thought, you know what I mean? Even sometimes just having the thought can save a whole bunch of time and effort in the long run of misunderstandings and just overall, you know, I guess being a kind person or whatnot. You feel me? But I guess with that same bit of self-awareness comes, maybe it's just me, comes that sort of sense of what's the word I'm thinking of? It's very self-critical, you know, where I'm very critical on my own like thoughts and words that I be saying sometimes. I feel like it definitely comes out more in these recordings, at least compared to normal. Just because of the fact that I don't even know. I'm real with you, I don't know why it does. Or maybe it might not, maybe it just seems like that, but I mean, granted, I don't spend my entire time behind the screen or whatever. I don't spend my entire time recording, and when I'm recording, I get to like easily recollect my own thoughts. But any other time, it's just my thoughts. You feel me? You guys picking up what I'm putting down here, or am I speaking pig Latin to y'all? Was it Pixe? Igpay Latin? No. Atin lay? I don't know how to speak pig Latin, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even think it's a real thing, but it's, you know, I've seen it in a few pieces of media, and there's that one Lil Wayne song where it's like, I don't talk to the cops, I don't speak pig Latin, you know? Alright, my apologies on that recording there. Actually, just a minor inconvenience, not even much of an inconvenience. My brother just got home, which is crazy because he don't even live here. So it scared the hell out of me, I'm gonna be real with you. My apologies if y'all heard it. But I don't even fucking know, you know, I don't know what pig Latin is, bro. I just work here. Speaking of just working here, I was watching a video earlier today. Unlocked item descriptions? Oh, there's an achievement for it now. Sick. That's wicked. Oh, we're going here, 100%. I am not going negative route, low, bro. Too hard for me to be doing all that. Dude, this map is huge. What the hell's going on? But like I was saying, I was watching a video earlier today, alright? And it involved some, or it was like something about workplace or whatever. What happened to workplace professionalism? I thought it was a really good video. I highly recommend it if y'all haven't seen it. It's by this, like Ed Vasion, I believe his name is. Really cool guy. And I saw the video, really cool, really informative. Not informative, but you know, really, really got the mind thinking about stuff and whatnot. Son of a bitch. And it was very, I don't even know what the word is, like eye-opening, bro, you feel me? It had me thinking about certain things regarding like workplace professionalism, because the whole premise of the video is talking about how people, what's the word I'm thinking of? Damn it, what's the words? It's like people don't really... People be recording themselves at their jobs and shit, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I've never seen the videos myself, really, besides just like the occasional, like, oh, day in the life of someone who does this job, you know? And then you never see them fucking work, ever. What is it? Like, oh my god, dude, I remember I saw a video a while back covering this topic. But it was like day in the life of like some like, you know, like finance investment banker or whatever. Some dude claiming that, you know, he can make you rich or whatever. And it's like 90% of his day is just like work meeting, quote unquote work meetings, or, you know, like what's that whole term? Making connections, you know? It's like, oh, you got to make the connection so you can get in with the good people. It's stuff like that. And it's like, brother, when are you doing any actual work? You know what I mean? When are you doing any actual like investing or making someone money? It really just seems like you wanted to hang out with your boys and just, you know, like pretend to make it into like a whole Grussel mindset deal. Like, dog, just hang out with your friends. You know what I mean? Not everything needs to be hustle culture-ified, dog. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm fucking spitting the truth. Who knows? Not up for me to decide on that sense. But I just found it to be mad funny. But, you know, people doing stuff like that. The video essentially covered over people doing stuff like that, where they would record themselves at their job. And one of them, I'm talking, this was real fucking bad. It was this lady recording herself at like her job at LAX, which is the Los Angeles airport, and she recorded herself like oh, 6:30 a.m. taking the money out of here, you know, counting the money, putting the money back. She like even was like low-key kind of showing where it was, and it's like, man, what are we doing? Why is this lady out here recording herself like, you know, hey guys, this is where the money's gonna be hidden, you know what I mean? The guy in the video was low-key 100% right about it. And it's just like, you can't be posting content like this because you're low-key just asking to get robbed, you know what I mean? And apparently the lady got fired, but the videos are like still up on her account. So it's kind of like, yeah, I don't work there anymore because I got fired for, like, you know, the most obvious negligence known to man. But this is like the easiest. Here's the way how to rob the freaking here's the way how to rob this LAX freaking thing. And it's like, look, come on, bro, what are we doing? I don't know, you know. It was really funny, but kind of just really dumb also, you know what I mean? It's kind of it's like that really funny where it's like, oh, haha, but then it's like, oh, this doesn't bode well, you know. It just got me thinking. And it got me thinking, and it kind of got me like, one, I'm low-key glad that I have never wanted to in my life pursue that sort of lifestyle, you know what I mean? That maybe at some point with like Twitch or whatever, but never the whole like influencer lifestyle of like the day in the life of, or like, you know, get ready with me to go to work. And then I record myself like at my job doing shit. And it's like, man, I'm not trying to get fired. In this economy, bro, you feel me? In this economy, fucking around with your job? Nah, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that, little bro. You're gonna fuck up. Look, I know this crazy words of advice coming from like the 24-year-old or whatever, but it's like, hey, don't fuck up your life over, you know, a fucking trying to make some TikTok content or any content for that matter, not just TikTok. All right, I don't want to seem like I'm one of those people who's like bashing on TikTok. Oh, it's the bane of society. It's my vice, slightly, my slight vice. Sometimes when I'm bored as fuck and I'm like, I really don't know what to do other than let's scroll a little bit on TikTok. I haven't brain rotted in a while, you know, but still, all right, I'm not a class traitor, bro. All right. I'm not a traitor to my own generation, or I'm like, oh, I'm Gen Z, but I'm one of the good ones, you know? Like, no, bro, we don't do that shit. We don't do one of the good ones rhetoric in this fucking channel, all right? I see you spewing that shit, bro. Get out, unless you're cool, unless you're one of the good ones. I'm so sorry. But, I mean, I don't know, man. You feel me? It's like, just don't be playing with your job, bro. If you got a stable job working at like an airport, or, you know, you work in some office setting and you decide to go into work doing like the what is it, like the office siren fits, like, try to keep yourself stable, man. You know, just try to keep yourself stable. That's all anyone could ever really ask for. In a trying time like this, just try and be a-okay, you know what I mean? Is it really that hard to do? And if it is really that hard to do, my bad. I wasn't aware. You feel me? I don't know, that's all I really gotta say on that piece. That's my piece, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That's my piece on that. Is be safe, y'all, you know? Although I have found myself in a very unsafe, a precarious situation. Not with my job or anything, but with my teeth. This is gonna sound weird to say, but like usually I be flossing, you know, every night before I go to bed. And sometimes I forget though. I'll be honest with y'all, sometimes I forget. And I don't be flossing every night before I go to bed. And I recently went to go, you know, when I went to go fucking get my tooth checked out or whatever, they were like, hey Tony, you should be flossing more. And I was like, all right, you know what, that's fine. I'll decide I decided I'm gonna take my flossing more seriously. I'll floss after every meal and whatnot, you know, shit. The likes. So, today, I ate breakfast and I decided, let me floss, you know. I ate some leftover ribs from the dinner that I went to last night. I'm like, let me floss my teeth. And something fucking, I'll be honest with you, something mad scary happened where I decided to floss my teeth. However, as I decided to floss, like my friggin' molar, I like kind of stripped a little bit of the floss. No biggie, you know, nothing too crazy. All I gotta do is, what's the word I'm thinking of? All I really gotta do is just pull the floss out. I tried that. Nope, didn't work. It stripped the floss even more. I panicked. I pulled the floss out again. Guess what? Your boy got floss stuck in his teeth. I decided, let me try again. Let me try and save this floss stuck in my teeth. Let me get another piece of floss. Guess what your boy did in a panic? I stripped the floss and I fucking pulled it out. I got more floss stuck in my teeth. I then panicked a shit ton because at this point, I can feel like the tightness in my gums pushing up on my teeth, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to go to the fucking dentist or something because I fear that I may have made a very stupid mistake. So I immediately, guess what? Fucking genius level tactic here. I immediately go to my parents' bathroom and I look in their like little, little mirror that it pulls out and is actually like a drug cabinet. I open the drug cabinet and there's one of those like little dental floss picks where it's a little small strip of floss that you just stick between your teeth and whatnot. Not the regular floss rope, but like the little pick. I get one of that and I immediately push that shit to the back of my molar and try to fucking floss it out. And I'll be real with you, man. It did work. Alright. I'll be honest with you. It did work a bit. However, I still felt scared as shit, you know? I still felt like, god damn, I feel like there's something low-key kind of sitting in my gums. So guess what Tony does again? I immediately say, fuck it, let's change gears. I go back to the dental rope, the dental floss rope, and I stick it fucking back in my molars again. This time, however, I'm extra cautious and careful to not, like a dumbass, immediately strip it and fuck it up. And at this point, I'm gonna be real with y'all, alright? I was panicking like a motherfucker. My gums are just bleeding, alright? Specifically, right behind that tooth, my gums are just fucking bleeding. It's not like profuse blood everywhere, but when I'm sticking the floss in my gum and then I'm pulling it back out to take a look to see what happened, there's obviously blood on the fucking dental floss. And I'm just like, I've made the gravest mistake. I'm going to die tonight. I'm literally gonna die right now. Now, did I? No, I'm fucking here recording Isaac, but I was a moron. Anyways, I'm like 82% sure I got all the floss out. However, I would be lying if I didn't feel like there was still an 18% chance that there's at least a piece residing in the back of my tooth, bro. Do I want that? Hell no. But I don't really got a fucking choice now, do I? You feel me? So I'm currently just kind of trying to live with that right now. I looked it up. Apparently it is something that can happen. And the kind of deal, like, I looked it up and it's like the best way to get rid of dental floss stuck in between your teeth is to floss it out. It's like, you know, ooh, I was about to go in right now. I was about to go in on the stupid Google AI bullshit. But it was like, yeah, no, Shit, Sherlock, you know what I mean? Of course. The best way to get rid of dental floss stuck in your teeth is more dental floss. It's what gets shit out of your teeth. It's the only thing that gets shit out of your teeth. And it was like, or you can use one of those like dental brushes, you know what I mean? Where it's like the mini brush that goes in between each tooth. And at that point, I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know if we had one of those or whatever. I tried calling the dentist to be like, hey, can I get like an emergency appointment after work? Because I'm pretty sure I got some shit stuck in my gums. And no response. They did not pick up. So I was just like, whatever, you know, I'll thug it out. See what happens. And that's when, you know, I decided to go back in and with dental floss try and get it out. Everything feels fine now. If I'm gonna be real with y'all, everything feels fine at the moment. I don't know if everything actually is fine. I can only just say how it feels. But like, you know, 82%. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Little Google AI thing did say it is like, oh yeah, you should usually clean them a few days after. You know, a few days after is what it might take for like the floss to be able to be taken out. You know, that's like optimal time or whatever. I don't know if that's true or not. It's because like, I don't, like, how are you supposed to know if you got floss out of your teeth? You feel me? It's just floss. What if you got some in your teeth and in your gums and it just like balled up? You know what I mean? Are you just fucking like cooked? It feels like you would be. That's how I see it, at least. It feels like you would be cooked if you frickin' what's it called? If you oh my god, why am I blanking right now? It feels like you would be cooked if you decided, yeah, let me get some floss stuck in the back of my teeth, you know what I mean? Because it's like, how would you know if it's out, bro? It's gonna blend in with the floss that's currently in there, but not only that, it like, what if it, floss is so ridiculously thin, it like balls up, you know what I mean? Granted, I will say, I don't know, bro. I'm currently got both hands on the remote right now, but like I could stick a finger to my gums and I don't feel like a ball there, so I guess the floss hasn't balled up and gotten me like on cooked territory, but it doesn't feel like everything is out, you know what I mean? It's a weird turn for the story to just go into like Tony talking about flossing and shit, but I mean, hey, go off, I guess. I don't know, man, you feel me? Maybe I'm stupid, whatever, but like I'm just a little worried, alright? That's all I'm trying to say, is I'm just a little worried because I don't want like, oh, your tooth fell out because there was a fucking gum, you know, my tooth fell out out of nowhere because the dental floss that I stripped multiple times went like under the fucking root, and because there was no space, it just got pushed out on its own or whatever, you feel me? Some kind of BS like that, or whatever fanfic I'm making up right now. I'm not a DDS or whatever. It's so weird that they're called DDSs, by the way. I remember putting shit like that into the system and being like, I wonder why they're even called this, you know what I mean? Why are they not an MD like every other? Just be normal dentists. Instead, no, you're like a doctor of dental science or whatever. Weird. Anyways, good run. We did it. We actually did something. Want to thank you guys for watching. You guys did enjoy. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time we're viewing this. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.